Yeah, I'm the commander of Highway Patrol Troop 4, which covers Cherokee, Union, York, Chester, Fairfield, Lancaster, and Chesterfield counties. I'm very familiar with I-85 because I spent 12 years up here in Cherokee County. I was got promoted to corporal up here and made it all the way through first sergeant before getting promoted to lieutenant in Columbia. So I've worked a lot of wrecks out on I-85 and written a lot of tickets out there, so I'm very familiar with it. Some of this has already been covered, but it was, I cover, again, Cherokee County starts at the 84-mile marker, and it goes to the 106-mile marker at the North Carolina state line. As you know, it's 2 lanes on each direction, and it's got a cable, either concrete barrier in the middle. And now that the lanes were shifted around March of last year, and with that lane shift, we lost a lot of emergency lane. We don't have anywhere to pull cars over in the construction zone from the 84-mile marker to the Broad River. So that really, when you talk about collision prevention, you talk about enforcement, which is what we do. You talk about education, which is what DOT and Department of Public Safety does. And then you talk about engineering, which is strictly what DOT does. So I deal with the enforcement and then part of the education part of it. But so the problem that we have is now that when we have a collision with the barriers, there's nowhere for us to get the vehicles out of the road. So that's what's been causing a lot of the problems here in Cherokee County. There's just nowhere to go. When we respond to a scene after the injuries are tended to, our primary function is to keep another wreck from happening. And when we have the manpower, we try to get a trooper to sit at the back where traffic starts backing up, or a sheriff's deputy will get back there for us, even in some cases a city officer. But we try to prevent another collision from happening, but you can't stop all driver error. One of the truck wrecks we had a couple of weeks ago, we had a trooper where the traffic was backed up to warn people, and the truck comes through there, goes right on past the blue lights, goes on up and hits another tractor and trailer. So, but our job, once we get the injuries tended to, once fire and EMS gets out of the way, we want to get that roadway open as soon as possible. So we do that. You got to give a person their preference of a record service if it's reasonable for them to get there in a reasonable amount of time. So we ask who they want to tow the vehicle. If they don't know somebody, we have a rotation list that we use. And in Cherokee County, it's split on Interstate 85. It's split from the Spartanburg line to the Broad River. We call that the Gaffney rotation. And from the Broad River to the North Carolina line, we call that the Blacksburg rotation. So we have 11 Class A records on the Gaffney side and 5 on the Blacksburg side. And when we say Class A, we're talking about something less than 7,000 pounds. Class B, that's from 7,001 up to 17,000 pounds, and then Class C records are above 17,000 pounds. So we have to use a Class C record to tow these big trucks, and we have 5 in Cherokee County. On the Class B and Class C list, it's countywide, and we have 5 on each of those lists. So once we get there, we try to get the record on the way and get the wreck cleared as soon as possible. But on some of these truck wrecks where they haul and stuff and the stuff spills out, it just takes them a while. And they have to bring in extra equipment, that kind of stuff. Cherokee County is post-A, and we're also combined with Union County. So not only do we have to worry about Interstate 85, we have to worry about all Cherokee County, and then we have to work Union County also. First Sergeant Johnny Godfrey standing back there, he's the post commander. He has 4 corporals, which are first line supervisors, and 14 troopers. First Sergeant Godfrey, because we can't cover it with just the troopers that we have on regular shift, the DOT and construction company, they fund troopers to work off duty. And up until now, they've only been working at night when they do the construction work at night. And those troopers that work off duty, they're paid by Black Zachary Construction, and they sit out there with the blue lights on, or help them set up the lane closures, or whatever the construction company wants them to do. Recently, because of all the problems that we have, DOT has secured funding to start paying guys to work during the daylight hours also. So there'll be 3 at day and 3 at night on a 24-hour basis. And he also has to get troopers because we do have a limited amount of troopers. He gets them from Spartanburg, York, Chester, wherever we can get them from to come up here and work on their days off. Just to cover some statistics there for you, y'all can see the what we've had for. I went back and pulled 3 years worth of statistics, and if you look at our collisions on I-85, they were up significantly last year. In 2016, we had 388, 2017, 360, and then it jumped up to 506 last year. You look at the tickets there, you can see the amount of tickets and amount of warnings we wrote. And in 2016 was an exceptional year for having a low number of fatalities here in Cherokee County. We only had 4 fatalities. And like I said, I was up here for a long time. I don't remember that few people getting killed, which is a good thing. It's sad that 4 people lost their life, but normally it's, you know, around 15 a year up here. Last year we had 19 fatalities in the county. 5 of those occurred on the interstate. And I'm sorry, 2017. And then last year, 2018, we only had 1 fatality that occurred on the interstate, and that was back in the middle of March. But we have had a lot of serious collisions out there. Like I say, you can see our collisions up. And but you know, in addition to the interstate, we still got all the county plus Union County to worry about. So what the Highway Patrol is going to continue to do about this problem with Interstate 85, we're going to continue to work it with the troopers that we have on regular shift. They're going to do traffic enforcement as conditions allow. We still stopping cars up on the north end. You can see, even though we lost you know, half of our basically enforcement area, you know, the tickets, they dropped some, but they didn't drop more than half. The guys are still writing tickets out there, writing warnings, stopping vehicles as conditions allow. The DOT, they fund 24 troopers statewide for a SIT team. They call it SIT team, Safety Improvement Team. And those guys and gals are dedicated to construction projects. They work specifically just construction zones. And the team from Troop 3, they're going to be sending a trooper over here to work 85 in Cherokee County. But DOT has funded an additional 24, and you should see those troopers come on probably between March and May of this year. And Troop 4, we're going to have our own team. I've never had my own team before, so I'll have 5 people dedicated. I'll have a supervisor plus 4 troopers dedicated just to work construction zones. And you should be seeing those come online in the spring. We're going to continue to communicate with local media when collisions occur to warn motorists. Gary, like you said, he's our community relations officer. He's already got those contacts with the media. When something happens, he's shooting it out, and that's when you see it come across the TV or hear it on the radio. I already talked about funding the additional troopers during the daylight hours, and the sheriff, we're not able to fill all the construction slots. I have talked to the sheriff about this. Some of the deputies are working the construction at night, and they really help us out too. I want to really commend the sheriff's department and in some cases the city departments for helping us with detours, because like I say, we only got a limited number of people, so the deputies and the other officers and DOT has really helped us out a lot whenever we do have to block the interstate and start detouring traffic. And then I've also talked to Sergeant Holmes. He's the head of the State Transport Police in my troop, and he's committed to making sure he has somebody on Interstate 85 as much as he can to work the commercial vehicle traffic. Mr. President, Representatives, any questions or comments?